extra time.
John's Telegraph makes your life.
Very impressed with the Indian fast bowling attack, to be honest with you. I think Ishant's been somebody that's always, you know, he's led from the front for a long time and he's very young, and bowling in India is tough conditions. So for him to come here and perform well has been probably a massive milestone for him. And I think he's led the attack really well with the absence of someone like Bhuvi, who I thought would be included in the side and would bowl well in these conditions. Shami's bowled nicely. India's bowling attack has impressed, but it's only won them one test match so far. And they could lose this next one. Oh, they look really good, both of them. Bumrah is somebody who's got a lot of pace. He looks awkward action. I think if you speak to any batter, any international batter, they'll tell you that he's pretty difficult to face, just purely from an action point of view. He kind of stumbles in and he bowls aggressively fast, and he's got great skills. We watched him get Keaton Jennings out in their first innings, a couple went away and the one that came back in. So clearly he's a smart bowler too. Hardik Pandya, I think, still got a long way to go. As a test cricketer, I think as a one-day cricketer, he can bowl his 10 overs and he can bat really well. I think in test cricket he's still kind of finding his feet. And he needs to put in bigger performances, just in my opinion, but especially if he's going to be playing as that all-rounder. But somebody that India should stick with, because he's clearly got the skill and the talent and the attitude to go a long way. The Duke is a nice ball to bowl with. I think its seam is pronounced, it stays, it's really a hard ball, if you compare it to like the Kuka. The Kookaburra probably gets a little bit more reverse swing at some point. It gets more abrasive and it can scuff up a little bit better. And I don't think we should introduce a universal ball where we use all around the world. I think that's part of the game. You go to England, you have to play under England conditions. You go to India and you have to play on abrasive surfaces that spin and don't offer the fast bowlers a lot. So why not have different balls to adapt to? And if the game was just the same all the way around, it would be pretty boring, wouldn't it? It would be interesting to be able to look at people's stats, how they adjust different balls, different surfaces, away from home, at home. You need to put players in uncomfortable positions to see how you can get the best out of them. I think injuries are just part and parcel of the game, I've been very lucky that I went a long time without having any injuries, and I've actually only had really one bad injury, and that was I broke my shoulder 2.5, almost 3 years ago, and it's kept me out for 2 years. So that's a difficult one because it is my right shoulder and it's a break. Anybody that suffers that kind of trauma is going to take a long time to recover. But the small things, I don't stress the small things like a small hamstring or a small groin or something like that. That is part and parcel of the game. Everybody gets those, little tweaks here and there if you're going to be putting your body through that much pressure. But it was the big thing. It was like a broken shoulder. It was kind of like being in a car accident. It's quite difficult to come back from that kind of stuff. Well, I didn't say that I'm gonna retire. I just said that it wouldn't surprise me if there would be a lot of guys that did retire, myself included. But we're not there yet, It's not like I've actually announced anything. But yeah, I think the game plan is to try and get to a World Cup. The game plan is to actually win a World Cup. Anybody that plays in their cricket career, they all want to win World Cup. No, there's a lot of cricket still to be played. I still consider myself pretty young. I'm only 35. My dad's old. He's 60. He's 65 or whatever it is. That's old. I'm pretty fit. I'm probably the fittest guy on the South African side. Everybody struggles with little tweaks here and there that keeps you out of the game for a couple of days, 10 days or so, whatever, 2 weeks. But that's everybody. You can be 20, you can be 30. But yeah, I just want to keep playing. So there's no real thing that I'm calling it at. So the World Cup, is just another thing that I'd love to win.
hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.